Okay, so this is in response to my friend Crystal Henderson Brooks, who, in seeing posts, I'd like to point out the good. I saw a post the other day of her and her husband through years, like in high school and then in their 20s and now in their 30s. And I think that's something that not very many of us have. I mean, we have pictures, but we don't have that. And that's something to be totally cherished, and it's amazing. It's an amazing thing. And so right now I'm looking at a post from Crystal saying, I wish I knew how to tell if I am just overly sensitive or if my feelings are warranted. Us sensitive people do not have the ability to find this line. Again, I'm not a doctor, but who said there's anything wrong with you? Who said that there is something wrong with you being sensitive? Or who told you you were overly sensitive? You are who you are. You're who God made you. I have watched The Notebook and The Lion King at least 5 to 10 times. And every single time I know the ending, every time, and I cry. And I snot, and I just am just in this emotional chaos because of how I can relate to how it feels to have Simba losing his dad, and for two people to love each other and then lose each other and then find each other and die together in The Notebook. And I've seen it. So why should it make me cry? So I don't think that you need affirmation from other people. I think that you're you. And the more that you, the more that you take in and receive the fact that you are you and God made you that way. And if you're emotional, you're emotional. I mean, where did you see in the Bible or in a science book or on a billboard, who told you that you being emotional is wrong? I mean, I don't see it is warranted. It's fine. And you are who you are. So in being emotional, I find myself dreaming about things and waking up and crying because of a dream. And in my mind, a dream is just mental pictures that our mind takes throughout the day, and we fall asleep, and our brain tries to make sense of whatever it is our brain saw during the course of the day, or a week, a month. I find myself waking up crying about my mother or my dad or my sister or the kid's dad, or if something, whatever nightmare it is. But in reality, I think the one question that you need to ask yourself is, who told you that there's something wrong with you? Who told you that you're depressed and you need medicine to control the way God made you? Who told you that there's something wrong with you? I think that plenty of us love you and care about you. And if you're emotional and you don't know how to do things, who does? Who knows how to do everything? Who knows how to... Don't you have twins? And aren't they teenagers? I mean, that's enough to make anybody crazy. And yet you're doing it. and you're still with your husband, and I believe you have other kids, and I'm just going off of, what I recall in memory. But I think my final thought in what you feel is wrong with you is actually what's right with you. You're beautiful, your family's together, your kids are happy, you're teaching. And my question to you is, who told you that there was something wrong with you? Embrace who you are. Embrace that you care and you love. And if you cry over, being overwhelmed, some people beat the hell out of their kids. Some people emotionally abuse their spouse. And I don't mean beat the hell out of their kids. I mean they whip them with switches, with electrical cords, with belt buckles, burn them on stoves. I mean, there's definitely a lot of people that are wrong and a lot of things that are wrong in this world. And if you turn around your one negative, so to speak, flaw that you have and see it for what it really is, it's a gift. It's a gift that you see the pain of others. You're a human, first of all. I mean, you are going to get stressed out, and there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, that right there, that's from stress. And me having no self-discipline and not picking up my face. But I do the same thing. I do the same thing. I cry, I yell. I think the one thing that I've learned is, for lack of a better way to put it, not everybody gives a shit about you or how you feel or what's going on with you. And it's not that you don't deserve for them to care. It's that people sometimes are more concerned with you going downhill and more entertained by your struggle than they are seeing you succeed. And you need to take off that mask of thinking that there's something wrong with you. There's something wrong with them that think that you are an emotional wreck that can't control your feelings whenever your feelings are what made you. I mean, God didn't make a mistake when He made you. He made you in His image. And yes, I do cuss. Yes, I believe in God. But I'm also a sinner, and I accept that. But I don't believe there's anything wrong with you. In fact, I admire I just saw the other day, the collage of pictures of you and your husband, and I was almost in utter shock that I saw you like I saw you whenever we were young, and then we're still young. But when we were younger, he had no beard. And then I see this little bit of a beard. And then I see a little bit of gray in the beard. And I see you the same. And funny how your one flaw, your one horrible trait that you have about yourself is caring about people and having this, what you feel like is a hindrance when it's really your greatest asset. You feel. And some people are so out of touch with reality that they don't care. They don't want to feel. They want to hide behind, closed doors and behind computers and think that the real world doesn't exist. If you cannot change it, then if it's not impacting your daily life, just don't worry about it. Let go of it. And if you find yourself, upset, it's okay to be upset. It's like trying to make a baby stop crying. mothers constantly have this issue with trying to make the baby stop crying. And what's a baby supposed to do? I mean, when they're born, they come out and they're crying. And we spend, from day one till they're about 1, 2 years old, trying to make them stop crying, trying to make them stop doing what they do naturally. There's nothing wrong with you. It's what came natural. It's how God made you. And I think that that is what you should embrace. My opinion. But that's what I believe. I love you.